Most people think danger is loud, a threat, a raised voice, a clear insult, but the smartest control is quiet. It comes as a simple question, asked with a calm face and a soft tone. And if you answer too fast, you can lose power without even noticing it. Here is the hard truth. Not every question is asked to understand you. Some questions are asked to test you. Some are asked to rush you. Some are asked to pull private details out of you. Some are asked to make you explain yourself until you feel small. And some are asked to push you into guilt, so you do what they want. If you are a kind person, you are at risk. Because kind people answer quickly. Kind people try to be fair. Kind people explain. Kind people do not want conflict. Kind people think, if I just answer clearly, this will be fine. But people who like control depend on that habit. They do not need to shout. They do not need to fight you. They only need you to talk when you should pause. Because once you start talking, you start giving away pieces of yourself, your reasons, your fears, your plans, your weak spots. And once someone has that, they can push you more easily. This is why discipline is not only about waking up early or working out. Discipline is also about your mouth, your timing, your silence, your ability to stay calm when a question tries to pull you out of your center. Today you will learn 6 questions you must never answer directly. Not because you should be rude, not because you should lie, not because you should become cold. Privacy is not lying. A pause is not lying. Saying I'm not ready to answer is not lying. This training is for people who regret what they said after the talk is over. For people who overthink at night and replay the moment. For people who freeze and then feel angry at themselves later. For people who say yes too fast, then feel trapped. For people who explain too much, then feel exposed. And I will keep it practical. For each question you will learn what it really means, why it works, and what to say instead. Short sentences, calm tone, no drama, no long speeches. Before we start, one warning. Do not turn this into fear. This is not about distrusting everyone. Some people are safe, some questions are normal. But when a question comes with pressure, guilt, shame, or a demand for a fast answer, that is different. Healthy questions give you time. Unhealthy questions rush you. So your first skill is simple. Build a pause. Most people have no pause. A question comes in and the answer jumps out. That is not freedom. That is a reflex. Many of us were trained from childhood to answer quickly. Teachers asked, you answered. Parents asked, you answered. Authority asked, you answered. Authority asked, you answered. Many people still live that way as adults. And control is easy when someone answers on reflex. So from this point forward, train one thing. When a question hits you, take one breath before you answer. One breath can save your dignity. One breath can stop a fight. One breath can stop oversharing. One breath can stop a bad yes. One breath can stop a messy explanation. Here is the breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Even one slow exhale changes your state. It tells your body, I am safe. I can choose. If you forget the numbers, keep it even simpler. Breathe in and breathe out longer than you breathed in. A long exhale is the fastest way to lower the heat in your body. Now we begin. Question 1, you must never answer directly, is this. You don't mind, right? It also sounds like, that's okay with you, isn't it? Or you're fine with that, right? Or you won't be upset, right? Or we're good, right? This question is everywhere. Work, family, friends, relationships. And it feels small. That is why it works. Here is what is really happening. The thing is often already done. They already decided. They already acted. They already crossed a line. Then they ask for your approval after the fact. That is not a real question. That is pressure. It traps you because the easy answer is yes. No, I don't mind. If you say anything else, you risk looking difficult. You risk looking rude. You risk looking like the problem. So many people swallow their true feeling. They smile. They say, it's fine. They keep peace in the moment, but they pay later with stress and resentment. Now notice what this question trains in your life. If you say it's fine, when it's not fine, you teach people they can take first and ask later. You teach them your time is open. Your energy is open. Your boundaries are soft. They do not need to respect you up front. They can pressure you after. This is how small violations become bigger ones. Not in one day, over time. You see it in simple life moments. Someone changes a plan and tells you after. Someone uses your name to support their idea without asking. Someone shares your personal news as gossip, then checks your face and says, you don't mind, right? Someone adds you to a group chat you did not want. Someone volunteers you for a family event. Someone speaks for you in front of others. Then they try to get your yes after the fact so they can say you agreed. So what do you do instead? First, do not get angry. Clear is better than angry. Second, do not give a long speech. Long speeches often come from fear. Fear that one sentence is not enough. One sentence is enough. Use a calm, clean line. I would have preferred you ask me first. Or, next time check with me before deciding. Or, if they already used your time, I'm not available for that. Then stop. That last part matters. Stop. Do not explain for 5 minutes. Your boundary does not need a biography. The more you explain, the more you invite debate. A boundary is not a debate. Now some people will test you right here. They may laugh. They may say relax. They may say, it's not a big deal. They may say, why are you making this a thing? That is another trap. It tries to make you feel silly for having a boundary. Stay calm. Repeat your line. I'm not available for that. Or please ask me first next time. If you are someone who people pleases, this will feel uncomfortable. You may feel guilt. You may feel your heartbeat faster. You may feel the urge to soften it with jokes. That is normal. That is the old training leaving your body. Let guilt rise, let it sit, let it fall. Guilt is a feeling, not a command. Breathe, long exhale. Keep your line. And if you need a softer version, you can say, I can't commit to things after they are decided. Please check with me first. Soft, but still clear. Now, a truth many adults learn late. A person who cannot say, ask me first, is not easier to love. They are easier to use. Your job is not to be easy to use. Your job is to respect yourself. Now, we move to question 2 you must never answer directly. Can I be honest with you? This one sounds like respect. It sounds like courage. It sounds like closeness. And that is why it is dangerous. Because many people say, can I be honest with you? Right before they criticize you, judge you, or drop something sharp. And when you react, they hide behind one word, honest. They say, I'm just being honest, as if honesty gives them permission to be careless, as if honesty makes their opinion a fact, as if honesty means they cannot be questioned. Here is what most people do. They say, of course. They say yes fast because they want to be mature, they want to be open, they want to prove they can handle truth. But not all honesty is clean. Some honesty is a mood. Some is jealousy. Some is control. Some is someone trying to lower you so you doubt yourself. Some is someone trying to win by making you feel small. So do not accept this setup on reflex. Slow it down. Ask one question back. About what, exactly? This is a powerful move. It forces them to name the topic. It removes the fog. It removes the dramatic frame. Or you can say, you can share your view, and I'll decide what I do with it. That line is calm. It is adult. It is not rude, but it reminds them they are not your judge. Or, if you feel the tone is not safe, if it's respectful, yes. If it's not, no. Now, a helpful rule. Honest words should still be respectful words. Honesty without respect is often just an attack with a nice label. Also remember this. You do not need to catch every ball someone throws at you. Some people throw opinions like rocks. If you catch it, you get hurt. So do not catch it. You can simply say, "Thanks, I'll think about it," and move on. This is where many overthinkers suffer. They treat every opinion like it must be solved right now. They treat every tone like an emergency. They treat every comment like a puzzle they must fix. But discipline teaches something else. You choose what enters your mind. You choose what you carry. Now connect question 1 and question 2. Case. Question 1 tries to take your consent after the fact. Question 2 tries to take your self-image. It tries to make you doubt yourself while acting like it is helping. Both work best when you answer fast. So your pause is your shield. 1 breath. Then your line. Short. Calm. Clear. Now we go deeper. Question 3 you must never answer directly is this. Why are you so sensitive? It can also sound like, why are you so emotional? Or why do you take everything personally? Or why can you just let it go? Or it was just a joke. Why are you upset? This question is common and it is harmful because it is not a real question. It is a label. It is a way to shame you. It is a way to shame you. It is a way to move the focus away from what they did and place the blame on how you feel. Think about the timing. It almost always shows up right after you speak up. Right after you say, "I don't like that." Right after you set a small boundary. Right after you say, "Please don't talk to me like that." Right after you say, "That didn't feel respectful." Instead of hearing you, they try to shrink you. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to back down. They want you to feel embarrassed for having a limit. And if you are a people pleaser, this works like a spell. Your body reacts fast. Your chest tightens. Your mind races. You start thinking, maybe I am too much. You start explaining. You start defending your feelings. You start trying to prove you are calm. That is the trap. Because once you start defending, you are no longer talking about the real issue. You are talking about yourself, like you are on trial. So here is the rule. Do not answer shame with a biography. Do not explain your whole past. Do not list 10 reasons you feel hurt. Do not beg them to understand. Do not try to earn respect with a long speech. Long speeches do not win against someone who is using shame. They only give them more material. So what do you say instead? You stay calm. You stay short. You return to the point. I'm not being sensitive. I'm being clear. Or, let's stay on the issue. Or, I don't accept being spoken to like that. Or, if you want to talk, talk with respect. Then stop. Notice the shape of these answers. They do not argue about your emotions. They state your standard. They bring the talk back to behavior. Now, what if they keep pushing? If they keep pushing, you do not raise your voice. You repeat the same line. This is the broken record method. If you want to talk, talk with respect. They push again. If you want to talk, talk with respect. They laugh. If you want to talk, talk with respect. It feels simple, but it takes discipline. Because most people want to win in one sentence. They want the perfect line that makes the other person stop. But real boundaries are built by calm repetition, not clever speeches. Now make it real. This question shows up in family. A sibling says something rude. You speak up, and they say, "You're too sensitive." A partner dismisses you. You speak up, and they say, "Here we go again." An adult child snaps at you. You speak up, and they say, "Why are you so dramatic?" A coworker crosses a line. You speak up, and they say, It was just a joke. In all these cases, the goal is the same: make you feel silly for having a boundary. So remember this: being calm does not mean accepting disrespect. Being peaceful does not mean being passive. A disciplined person can be calm and firm at the same time. Here is a line that helps in many places: I'm not arguing, I'm setting a limit. Now, some people truly do not understand and will apologize when you explain once. That is healthy. But if someone mocks you, labels you, or keeps pushing, that is not confusion. That is control. Healthy people respect your limit, even if they do not fully agree. Control-minded people try to shame your limit because they want access. Now, a small training tool for this question. When you hear shame words like sensitive, emotional, dramatic, needy, paranoid, take a long exhale. Relax your shoulders. Lower your voice. Then pick one line and repeat it. The lower your voice, the stronger you become. Now we move to question 4. You must never answer directly. Who told you that? This one is very important because it shows up in work, family, and relationships. It often shows up when you bring up a problem. You confront someone. You say, I heard this, or I noticed this, or this happened, or I need to talk about something. And instead of facing the issue, they try to flip the direction. They ask, who told you that? Here is the trick. If you answer, the whole conversation changes. Now you are not talking about what happened. Now you are talking about how you found out. Now you are defending your source. Now you are proving you are not gossiping. Now you are caught inside drama. And the person who did the wrong thing gets to sit back and watch you struggle. This is an old move. When someone is caught, they try to hunt the messenger. Because if they can remove the messenger, they can go back to acting in the dark. So do not answer this question with a name. Do not give a person. Do not give a text story. Do not give a screenshot story. Do not give a path. Protect your source. Protect the truth. Keep the frame clean. So what do you say instead? That's not the point. I want to talk about whether it's true. Or, I'm not discussing my source. I'm discussing the issue. Or, it doesn't matter how I know. What matters is what happened. Or, in a professional setting, I'm focused on solving the problem, not tracking who said what. Then stop. Hold the silence. This is where discipline is real. They may push again. Tell me who said it. Just tell me. Who is talking about me? Who are you getting this from? Do not move. Repeat your line. I'm discussing the issue. Many people struggle here because they fear being seen as disloyal. They fear being seen as shrewd. They fear being seen as rude. But listen, this is not secrecy. This is focus. You are refusing to be pulled into a side fight. You are refusing to be pulled into a side fight. You are refusing to let a person escape responsibility by turning the talk into a hunt. Now, examples. In a family, you may say, I heard you shared something private about me. They respond, who told you that? If you answer, you may start a family war, and the private sharing is never addressed. At work, you may say, I noticed the numbers were changed. They respond, who told you? If you answer, the person you name becomes a target, and the numbers still do not get fixed. In a friendship, you may say, I heard you said something about me. They respond, who told you? If you answer, your source gets burned, and the real issue gets buried. So train this habit. When someone tries to pull the source out of you, return to behavior. I'm not here to talk about who said it. I'm here to talk about whether it happened. And if they deny it, you can end the talk without drama. Okay, I've said what I needed to say. Or, then we don't need to continue this. You are not required to keep arguing with someone who refuses truth. Now connect question 3 and 4. Question 3 attacks your emotions. It tries to shame you, so you stop speaking up. Question 4 attacks your focus. It tries to distract you so the real issue disappears. Both try to stop you from holding a boundary. So the response is the same. Pause. Long exhale. Short line. Return to the point. Repeat if needed. Now we move into the last two questions. And these are the ones that trap kind people the most. These questions often come with soft voices, guilt, and a demand for fast trust. Question 5 you must never answer directly is this. You trust me, right? It can also sound like, don't you trust me? Or, if you trust me, you'll tell me. Or, if you trust me, you won't question me. Or, why don't you trust me? This question is dangerous because it is not really about trust. It is about pressure. Real trust is built slowly. It is built through time, patterns, and behavior. Real trust does not need a speech. It does not need you to swear loyalty in the middle of a tense moment. So when someone asks you to say, yes, I trust you, right now, that is a red flag. Often they want a free pass. They want you to stop asking questions. They want you to stop checking details. They want you to stop using your eyes. And if you are kind, your body wants to say yes, because saying no feels like an insult. You may fear conflict. You may fear looking rude. You may fear losing the relationship. You feel trapped because once you say, of course I trust you, they can use your words against you. Why are you questioning me? I thought you trusted me. You said you trusted me. If you trust me, you would not ask. That is how this question becomes a cage. So here is the rule. Never give trust as a promise under pressure. Trust is not a gift you hand out because someone asks nicely. Trust is something someone earns with actions. So what do you say instead? You do not say yes to keep peace. You do not say no in a way that starts a war. You choose a third door, a calm, true sentence. I trust actions, not pressure. Or, I pay attention to what people do. Or, trust is built over time. Or, if they are pushing for private details, I share personal things when I feel ready. Or, if they are trying to stop you from asking questions, I'm allowed to ask questions. Now, pause. Let silence do the work. A healthy person will respect that. They may not love it, but they will respect it. They will not punish you for being careful. But someone who wants control will push harder. They may get offended. They may guilt you. They may call you cold. They may call you paranoid. That reaction tells you the truth. People who are safe do not demand fast trust. They understand that trust is earned. Now make it real. In relationships, this question can show up when someone asks for passwords, or access to your phone, or private messages. Trust me, right? That is access asked too early. That is not love. That is pressure. Or they ask about your past. Tell me everything. Trust me, right? But they have not shown steady behavior. They may be jealous, reactive, or quick to judge. In that case, your details can become weapons later. So you say, I don't share everything fast. I share when it feels safe. That is a boundary with dignity. At work, this question can show up when someone says, just sign this. Or, don't worry about details, trust me. But your name is on it. Your job is on it. Your peace is on it. So you say, I'll review it first. At home, it can show up with money. A relative asks you to lend money, then says, don't you trust me? That is emotional pressure. It tries to turn caution into guilt. So you say, I'm not able to do that. Or, I don't lend money. That's my rule. No long story needed. Now a key lesson for overthinkers. Overthinkers often search for perfect words, so the other person stays happy. But you cannot control how someone feels. You can only control your behavior. Choose one line, keep it simple, keep it calm, then stop. Now we move to the final question. Question N6 you must never answer directly is this. What's wrong with you? It can also sound like, what is your problem? Or, are you okay? said with a mocking tone, or why are you like this? Or what's your issue today? Or why are you acting like that? This question is bait. It is designed to pull you into defense mode. Because when you enter defense mode, you start explaining, you start sharing, you start proving, you start talking fast. Your voice changes. Your body tightens. You lose your center. And once you lose your center, the other person can lead the conversation anywhere they want. They can make you look unstable. They can make you look guilty. They can make you look like the problem, even when they started it. So do not answer this question like a child being scolded. Do not say, nothing, I'm fine, when you're not fine. Do not list 10 reasons. Do not defend your mood. Do not apologize for having a boundary. Instead, answer the tone first, because the tone is the real issue. Speak to me with respect. Or, I'm not discussing this in that tone. Or, if you have something specific to say it clearly. Or, if you want to exit, I'm going to step away. We can talk when it's calm. Then stop. This is discipline. You are not fighting. You are not proving. You are not begging. You are refusing to join a messy game. Now some people will test you more when you do this. They may say, wow, so dramatic. They may say, I'm just asking. They may say, you always do this. They may say, why can't you take a joke? These are hooks. Do not grab them. Repeat one line. I'm not discussing this in that tone. Or exit. I'm stepping away now. And if you feel your body heating up, go back to the breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Long exhale, low voice. Your calm is your shield. Now connect question 5 and 6. First, today demand trust. You trust me, right? Then they attack your emotions. What's wrong with you? The goal is the same. To make you doubt yourself and speak from stress, so your response is the same. Pause, breathe, short line, stop. Now let's make this training even more useful. Sometimes you will not know what to say in the moment. That is normal. Stress can freeze your brain. So you need a simple emergency plan. Step 1, slow your body with one long exhale. Step 2, buy time with a delay line. Let me think about that. Or, I'm not answering that right now. Or I'll get back to you. Step 3, set a limit. I'm not comfortable sharing that. Or that doesn't work for me. Or we can talk when it's respectful. Keep it simple. You do not need perfect words. You need a steady plan. Now we do a fast review of all 6 questions, so they stick in your mind. You don't mind, right? That is retroactive permission. Your answer is, I would have preferred you ask me first. Can I be honest with you? That can be a setup. Your answer is, about what? Exactly. Why are you so sensitive? That is shame. Your answer is, let's stay on the issue. Who told you that? That is a redirect. Your answer is, that's not the point. Is it true? You trust me, right? That is pressure for a blank check. Your answer is, trust is built over time. What's wrong with you? That is bait to pull you into defense mode. Your answer is, speak to me with respect. Now, the fear many people have is this. What if I use these lines and people don't like me? Some people won't. And that is not a problem. That is information. When you raise your standards, the wrong people feel blocked. They may call you rude. They may call you cold. They may call you difficult. But you are not difficult. You are clear. And clarity is kindness, because it prevents resentment. It prevents hidden anger. It prevents the slow burn that kills love and peace. Also remember this. Boundaries do not destroy healthy relationships. They protect them. Healthy people may be surprised at first, but they will adjust. They will respect you more, even if they never say it. Unhealthy people will punish you for having limits. They will push harder. They will guilt you. They will mock you. That is why the title says, don't trust them. It does not mean, don't trust anyone. It means, do not trust pressure. Do not trust guilt. Do not trust rushed questions that try to grab your private life. Do not trust anyone who needs your fast yes to feel safe. Now, if you are someone who overthinks, here is what will happen at first. You will set a boundary, and later your mind will replay it. Did I say it right? Did I sound mean? What will they think? Should I explain more? Should I text and fix it? This is normal. So, give your mind a better job. Do a short review at night. Ask 2 questions. What did I do well? What will I do next time? Then write 1 simple line for next time. Next time, I will say, let's stay on the issue. Or, next time, I will say, I'm not discussing my source. This trains your brain to feel prepared, so it does not spin all night. Now here is a simple 7-day practice. For the next 7 days, train the pause. Every time someone asks a question that feels pushy, take 1 breath before you answer. 1 breath. Then choose 1 safe line. Let me think about that. I'm not answering that right now. I'll get back to you. I'm not comfortable sharing that. And if the pressure continues, set a boundary. That doesn't work for me. I'm not discussing this in that tone. Speak to me with respect. We can talk later when it's calm. Do not add long reasons. Do not argue. Do not chase approval. Breathe, speak, and stop. Public key. Now, hear this. You do not need to be loud to be strong. You do not need to be harsh to be respected. You do not need to explain your boundaries to people who benefit from you having none. Your power is not in the perfect sentence. Your power is in the pause. Because the pause is where you go from reacting to choosing. And when you start choosing, your whole life gets quieter. Less drama, less regret, less overthinking, more self-respect, more calm, more controlled. So the next time someone asks you a question that doesn't feel clean, remember this line. I answer when I'm ready, not when I'm pushed. Hold that calmly. That is how you protect your peace.